Hey, what's up everybody? Michael back here again, and today I'm going to be covering yet another way that we can chain patients to jailbreak with the userland exploit, and this time being the YARP exploit. Now, YARP stands for yet another Ren'Py exploit, and this is a particular game or series of games, and the one that is the most known right now is the Arcade Spirits, the new challengers. So in order to get started with this, you will need to have either the PlayStation 4 version or the PlayStation 5 version. Now I know this is a very niche video, but I at least wanted to go ahead and show you how to get this set up. Now another thing that I thought was pretty cool is that this is the exact same author that was able to chain the patients to jailbreak with the YouTube jailbreak. So anyways, really neat to see another project by them. So let's go ahead and let's scroll down into the README here and let's take a look at what it has to say. So it says P2JB YARP PlayStation 5 jailbreak from firmware's 9.00 all the way up to 12.70, and that this is using Gajina's patients to jailbreak kernel exploit with Hello Uno's Ren'Py userland exploit. Now I actually covered this in this video right here in case you do want to take a look. I do go through a little bit of the history of Ren'Py, and really it's just a visual novel in case you want to learn a little bit more about it. Now it states down in here that this is running alongside Arcade Spirits, the new challengers, and it is confirmed working end-to-end with both editions of the game, so you will be able to do things like get a jailbreak, plus the debug menu and an in-place elf loader. And also what's really interesting to note here is that closing the game after completion does not kernel panic the console. Now if we look down in here, there is some more details on how that it works, and that the exploit save is provided in this release and that you don't need to build it, and that you can get this on your PlayStation 5 by either restoring the provided system backup image or install the provided save file into the game's save slot manually. So again, it's pretty easy to do this with Apollo's save tool, or if you have something like Garlic Saves, and then you'll just launch the game and you will load the save, and you will have a listener on TCP 9025. Now if we scroll down into this, we can see that for the hardware, again, you would need a PlayStation 5 with Arcade Spirits installed, or the PlayStation 4 version, a PC on the same LAN, and then a USB stick for transferring the saved game files. And then the rest of this information we're just going to kind of go over as we explore it. So go ahead and scroll back up. We're going to go over here to the releases, and from the releases page here you can see that there are a couple of downloads. There is a system backup image to restore. So this bundles the exploit save and the elf loader. So this is the easiest path. And there is the exploit save only, as well as just the jailbreak payload, which is also in the repo. Scroll down here, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the YARP plus patients to jailbreak.7z. And while we're in here, I'm going to go ahead and download the patients to jailbreak Python file. Okay, so I just opened up the 7-zip file here, and you'll see we've got PS5 here. I have a USB drive located here, so I'm going to grab that PS5 folder and just drag and drop it onto my USB drive. So there we go. We can see we now have a PS5 folder, and if we go inside of it, it should look similar to this. Okay, let's go ahead and plug this into our PlayStation 5 and get restored. Okay, so back over on the PlayStation 5 here, I'm going to go over to Settings, and we are going to go to System, and then from here, we're going to go ahead and we are going to go down to the Backup and Restore option and restore your PS5, and we are going to select this backup, and we're going to go Restore, and then close out of that YouTube app. Now, again, This is going to erase everything on the system, and I'm really just showing this for demonstration purposes because I know most of you probably don't have this disk, but again, those of you up to PS5 12.40 can at least use the YouTube application. Okay, so the system just finished restoring, so if we come over here to our settings and we go down to save data in game app settings, we should be able to see that there is an Arcade Spirit save game, and right there it is. So that looks really, really good. So now I need to go ahead and get my physical copy out and insert it into the drive. Okay, and so there it goes. It is spinning up at the top. And so now we just need to go ahead and let this finish copying over. And while we're doing that, we'll go to information, and right there we can see it's only about 1 gigabyte there, and it is on version 1.00. Okay, so it looks like it is done now, so we'll just go ahead and start the game. So we're pressing X on that. And from this title screen, we need to go to where it says load. And right there it is. It's got a cute little cat as the icon. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and highlight it real quick, and now we will press X, and right there it goes. We are now listening on port 9025. So right here we can see I've got my PS5's IP address. There we've got port 9025, and then over here I've just added in the latest patience to jailbreak.py that we found from that GitHub repo. And those of you that are wondering what application this is Netcat GUI version 1.3, and I'll start leaving a link to this down in the description below. So at this point, we are going to need to send this manually, and we are going to need to wait for a while. So let's go ahead and hit inject payload here. And right there you can see it. It says P2JB 1.0. Okay, so down at the very bottom here, we can see that it does have an ETA of 52 minutes. At this point, we are just going to need to sit here and wait. Okay, so as you can see here, I've been waiting for right around 51 minutes. And what's really nice about this one is that it does have a progress indicator, as you can see by the percentage there, and then the elapsed minute. So it should be happening at any moment now, and it looks like it is done there. So it says drain complete, finalizing, and it says the leak is done in 52 minutes and 1 second. And there it goes. Right there, we can see it now running through all of the different success rates. So we've got stage 4, stage 5, and there it goes. Debug menu, it is now jailbroken. Okay, and there it goes. Now the ELF loader is successful, and it is waiting on port 9021. Okay, so from here we can load back up Netcat GUI, and again we've got our IP address, and this time we're on port 9021. And the first payload that I typically send is this NP fake sign in. So I'm going to go ahead and inject that. And right there you can see it says signed in, reboot to apply. Next up, I'm going to run the latest version of KStuff here. So let's hit inject payload on that. And so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the main menu. And there we go. We can see welcome to KStuff Lite 1.06. And now I'm going to go ahead and run Shadow Mount Plus. And so let's go ahead and inject the payload there. And what's going to be kind of cool is that we're over here in the games library, and right now you can see we have just got the Arcade Spirits game. But if we give this just a moment, it's going to pick up all of the new games that I've got on one of my USB drives. And so there it goes. As you can see, it just found 10 games on my USB drive. And at this point, Shadow Mount is about to synchronize and mount each one of those. So yeah, I've got several fairly new and recent games on here. And as you can see, it is going through and installing them left and right. So At this point, now on my PS5 12.40, using arcade spirits and patience to jailbreak, now I could come in here and I could start enjoying a number of different games. But I could have also done this with YouTube jailbreak as well. Anyways, I thought I would share this with all of you today, and don't forget to like the video and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Michael out. This is one of those titles that works with YARP, yet another Ren'Py exploit, and as you can see, arcade spirits, and I paid $18.65. So here is the front cover. Again, you do want to make sure that you do get the PEGI PEGI rating that was on the front of it. And here is a little bit about what the back has on it. And this was a sealed copy, so I'm pretty lucky to get that. Right there, you can see the PEGI 12 rating down at the bottom. That is exactly the version that you want to get. Now, also, I would recommend getting the PS4 version instead of the PS5 version, because obviously this works super well on PlayStation 4s as well as PlayStation 5s. Okay, so opening this thing on up, we can see right there is what the disc looks like. And it comes with a little bit of paperwork here. Nothing that seems to be that important. So there is the front and back of it. And yeah, there you go. This is the game that you would want to purchase if you do want to take advantage of YARP.